Hey there. So if you are moving from out of state to Arizona, you have likely heard about the crazy red hot market we're experiencing. It's a seller's market. Properties are selling quickly, multiple offers. It's insanity. How are you going to navigate that as an out of state buyer trying to buy a property from like thousands of miles away in this crazy red hot environment? Well, today I'm going to go over a 5-step plan to make sure that you get the perfect home of your dreams, even when you're buying from out of state in this red hot Arizona market. Hey, my name is John Glutch. I'm the team leader of the Glutch Group. We've helped thousands of people buy and sell their homes, and importantly, hundreds of people buy from out of state, just like you. So people who are looking to move to Arizona from some other place, we are here to help. And so today, I want to talk through those 5 steps to making sure you get the perfect house. Okay, step 1 to finding the perfect home when you're moving from out of state to in this red hot market is to have a great initial phone consultation with a fantastic real estate agent. This is critical. This is where it all starts. And it's important that there are a few elements that are included in this particular phone conversation. Number 1, explain what you're looking for in a house. So what kind of property you're looking for, all the details specifically for it. That's important, right? Like what kind of house you're looking for. Simple. Have your agent start sending you properties as soon as possible so that you can take a look, they can take a look and you can dialogue and kind of figure out what you like, what you don't like, all that stuff. Number 2, ask how hot the market is. Like right now, today I'm making this video, it's like red hot, but things change, right? So check in with your agent, see how hot the market actually is, get a good perspective on that so you know what you're facing as you're getting into this process of buying a home from far away. And then let your agent know of any trips you have planned to Phoenix, right? So if you've got a trip in 2 weeks or whatever, a month, let them know that. That's going to be an important part of the puzzle. Make sure they get some time on their calendar and get you set aside so you've got time with them, and let them know of your schedule. And then 4th, on this phone call, you want to make sure that you ask what is their plan for helping you buy a property, especially in whatever market you happen to be facing at that moment. In this case, it's so hot. Like, what's the plan? Like, tell me how you help buyers who are moving from out of state do what I'm about to do. It's important that your agent have a specific plan for this because it's hard. It's much harder than it would be if the market wasn't so hot. So they got to have a good plan. Make sure that you feel comfortable with what they say. Like, hey, this is what we're going to do and it's going to be great, all that stuff. And if you don't feel comfortable, like you might want to move on, find somebody who you feel more comfortable with. So make sure those elements are part of step 1, which is having that great initial phone call with your real estate agent. Step 2, after you have had that initial phone conversation with your agent, is to stay in touch often with them, especially the closer it gets to your visit to Phoenix. So you don't want to just kind of have the first phone call and then show up in Phoenix and call them. Like, you need to have some dialogue back and forth during that time for a couple reasons. 1 is to dialogue on what you like and don't like about the houses that they're sending you, and, you know, dial in the search, change parameters as needed, that kind of thing. That's really important. 2, learn as much as you can about Phoenix, and the more homework you do ahead of time, the better. So, you know, dig into what's their local knowledge. Where should you be looking? Where shouldn't you be looking? Tell them what kind of areas you like, and see if you can't get some specifics on what you would like when you move to Phoenix. So that, get that local knowledge. Make sure you're focused on that. 3rd, and this is important, see how responsive they are. Like, are they calling you back quickly? Do they respond to emails quickly? Are they helpful, or do they kind of treat you like they're too busy for you? This is a great time to like kind of have that little dating phase of like, is it going to go great? If it doesn't go great now, it will definitely not go better when you hit town and you're actually in the field. So see, kind of take the temperature of how it's going with your agent. So that's step 2, have a good getting to know you period with your agent and make sure they're a good fit for you and you get real dialed in before you actually make it out to Phoenix. All right, step 3, and I alluded to this in step 1, is make a plan to go to Phoenix, to come visit. So this seems simple, but oftentimes people don't really kind of have this dialed in. And it's important to not only have it on the calendar and make sure the agent has it on their calendar, but to be real specific about like, what are you going to be doing while you're there? Where are you going to be staying? How often do you want to see homes? How often is it like productive to see homes, and like what part of town? So like, we tell people, you know, trying to see more than maybe 6 houses at a time you just go insane. You start to really lose it, especially if you got kids with you. So we try to kind of focus on, let's get the very best houses dialed in ahead of time. So we're not spending hours driving around town looking at houses you don't even want to see. So let's get a plan for how many houses, when, how many days you're going to be there. Are you going to see your uncle, or are you hoping to check out the local attractions, whatever? Let's make sure we put that in there, that everybody has a really clear plan for what it's going to look like on your visit to Phoenix. Okay, step 4, and something you may not have thought of before, is be open to making offers on properties before you come to Phoenix. And we do this at the Glutch Group with our clients. If our clients can be in town or will be in town within 10 days, then we open up this possibility to them, because 10-day inspection period is what we have in our contracts generally. So what we can do is if you love a house, we'll run out to that property, video it, make sure it all kind of fits with what you've seen on the pictures and that kind of thing. We'll give you our insights on, oh gosh, yeah, it looks good in the pictures, but man, you got to watch out for that power line or this busy street or whatever. If you still love it, then we can tie it up. We can write an offer on that property, negotiate. Maybe we're up against 5 offers and we can't get it. Okay, well, I'm glad you didn't come to Phoenix to try to buy a house that you can't actually buy, right? But if we can get it for you, great. Now we just tie it up, we get it under contract, and you can come on out during your inspection period, make sure you love the house. And if for any reason you don't, you can cancel. And while you're in town, we can go and see other properties, right? So this is a way to kind of save you some time and energy and tie up those properties that are kind of the perfect fit for you. So be open to that. It's not a fit for everybody, but it is an option that especially if you have really dialed in taste, you know exactly what you want. This might be a great opportunity for you to get that perfect property, even while you're out of state, and get a jump out on some of the other buyers that are fighting over those same properties. All right, number 5, another one that maybe you haven't thought of is assume you will not get a house when you come out on your first trip. So some people are just literally moving. Their first trip is like they show up to Phoenix. Some people are taking a trip. But if you're taking a trip, you may not find the perfect house, or you might get beat on it by other offers. So if you assume that and make that assumption, one is it gives you kind of a little bit of emotional distance from it, so you can go, it's not the end of the world. Second, though, is it allows you to focus on what I think is really important, which is educating yourself. So now you're really checking out the neighborhoods and kind of pinging your agent for information they have about, local knowledge on all the restaurants and different things that you're into. Like, focus on that stuff and really learn and grow and figure out what it is that you love about certain neighborhoods. That way, when you're back home, back wherever you're coming from, you feel much more comfortable with what I just talked about, which is potentially making an offer from out of state sight unseen, because you've got a better idea of what you're looking for. You're not just kind of shooting in the dark. So have a real focus. That's tip 5 on educating yourself, learning about the areas, and figuring out, okay, what is it that I really love and don't love, so that you're more comfortable making those sight unseen offers. So in conclusion, buying a house from out of state, while there's a challenge to it for sure, it doesn't have to be miserable. We've done it many, many, many times, and it's a great experience if you do it right. You're going to love Phoenix. It's an awesome place to live. And for whatever reason you're being, coming over to town, we're so excited to hopefully get to help you out in purchasing that home. Follow these tips. It'll make your life a lot easier and your process a lot smoother.